Hello and welcome to this video. I wanted to do an enthusiast review of 034 Motorsport performance software for the 3-liter supercharged V6. Full disclosure, this isn't a paid video. I'm not being paid to do this. I'm not sponsored by anybody. This is strictly just an enthusiast review of a product. Also, as a thank you to 034 and their team who've developed this software. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, so thank you very much. I've got 12 reasons why I've enjoyed 034 software over competitor software. So when I made the switch to 034, I was with the competitor software. I understood more of the 3-liter platform at that point and reliability issues. I had changed my bottom pulley to a single one-piece to eliminate that issue. I had put on the Merc Racing heat exchanger to make sure that my IATs were in check. But at this point I understood that the cats were a major failure issue, and even on stock software, so let alone me being on a single pulley file. Fortunately for me, there's no emissions testing in the region of the world that I live in. That being said, I went with 034 because they had a test pipe file. None of the competition offered that, and the reason I wanted a test pipe file is because I didn't want to check engine light on the dash. If there was going to be an issue that was going to pop up with my engine, I wanted to be notified right away so that I could either pull over the car, stop, check it, scan it, read it with my VCDS, you know, all the good stuff. Instead of always kind of wondering, that little yellow light, is there an issue hiding behind there that I don't know about because it's just a static light now. There's people that run spacers on your O2 sensors to trick the ECU so you don't have to check engine light. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do it right by the car, by the software that it was going to be running on. The test pipe file was the reason that I went with 034 off the bat. I love their logger. 034's logger, if you've ever used it, you know what I'm talking about. If you used competition, any of the competition, or even VCDS, it's slower. There's not as many points that it logs, and not as quickly. So, as someone who will log every run for every quarter-mile pass, eighth mile pass, make sure that my car is running healthy when I'm pushing it to the max and going wide open throttle, that's a must for me. So something 034 did that I really appreciate is that they gave full resolution for the throttle. So from 0 to 100%, when you push your throttle foot down, you will have control all the way. You push the throttle 64%, you're gonna get 64% throttle. Now Audi, they're kind of lazy. They did 0 to 30%. They gave you resolution there, or gave us resolution there. Then from 30 to 100, it's full. It's all 100%. Competition, they didn't change that. 034, with them racing on the regular, they wanted proper control around corners so that the car's not being unloaded when they go, in and around that 30%. So they've made that very smooth. I really appreciate that. I got to take my A6 on the track this summer for a couple laps. It was a big body car for around the track, I know. It was still a lot of fun. I probably would do it again. Actually, I'll definitely do it again. Something else I appreciate that 034 does is they have a customer service team available to review logs. So I'm pretty confident in reading logs, but I didn't write the tune. So when I've had questions about, can I add more ethanol? I got onto the E40 tune this summer. Had some questions about making sure that I had it set up properly. So even little things like that, I really appreciate that they've got people that you can email and they'll get back to you. 034 doesn't scale their torque values and their engine tuning to get around torque limits that the ECU and TCU have. The competition, some of them know how to get around it, some of them don't know how to do it. 034 rewrote the Audi firmware to go through these limits. They physically changed them in the software and then continued writing the tune so that it would behave properly, so that it would do its job. Nothing's being tricked in the software to get around things. That speaks to me about their competency as a tuner and gives me a lot of confidence. So you've installed something, a new upgrade, be it a pulley, a throttle body. Say you want to run a different fuel. You don't have to book time into a shop to get that changed over. With that cable that you purchase, you can flash it at any time, anywhere. I've done it prepping for the drag strip. I've got my fuel in the tank ready. Time to go to E40. Finished installing my throttle body upgrade. Flashed it right then. That's a really convenient feature. There's two kinds of people in the world. No, there isn't. There's many. You're all lovely. There's people who love crackles. There's people who don't. 034 has made every single one of their files from different fuel, including the different fuel option to the different hardware upgrade, you name it. They've got a crackle version and a non-crackle version, so we can all be friends together. So I wanted to finish the video up in the garage. I was getting crackles, not the exhaust type, but on the mic. With 034, they've been working on this tune for the better part of 5 years. Other tuners kind of came onto the market, released their tune, released the dual pulley up to the dual pulley files, and pretty much called it quits. 034 went all the way to E40, then went back and re-released it with full advanced launch control for the B8S4 stuff. Not yet for this, for the C7 and my Q5 and SQ5 friends. One of the big reasons why 034 makes solid power is they've got dedicated ethanol files, and this is for stage 1, stage 2 single pulley, stage 2 dual pulley, stage 2 plus with throttle body, you name it. They've got an ethanol file for that. Talking about dedicated fueling files, they also have dedicated water method injection files. Instead of running, say, a 100 octane file, running 93 water method injection and calling it good. Some people do it, they've had success. Some have gotten 10s doing it. My hat's off to you, congrats. Again, I want to do things properly. So if I were to run water method injection, I would have an ask for that file. So when you throw, in my case, probably 300 extra horsepower, doubling what the factory OEM claim was for power, you want a bit of extra safety. Well, what do you got for options? 034 has your solution. They increase the knock sensitivity of our sensors for pre-detonation. That's huge. You're throwing up to 300 extra horsepower. Even the stage 1 is 100 extra horsepower. And scaling up those knock sensors so that if there's an issue, if there's going to be troubles running that level of performance, it's going to start pulling back power sooner, quicker. Again, it's safer. When you're throwing that much extra horsepower at it, why would you not want that safety added to it? So with 034's multiple different files that they have, one of those advantages is that they have the different throttle body files. For the Ultracharger, just the same as the IE throttle body upgrade, they've got the INA, the IABED 75 and 82 throttle bodies. So if you switch from a competitor's tune who have a throttle body option, you don't have to switch hardware out. That's a beautiful thing. You've already paid for that, your good money for that hardware. In some cases, if you've had it ported already too, well, you don't want to change that out, pay for that all again. Why would you? But they have all those different files ready and available so you can utilize your hardware that you already have if you didn't start from the bottom with 034. I think that's pretty awesome. That concludes my video, my 12 reasons why I love my 034 software. I plan on releasing some other videos here about going through and proper setup and what I've done to my car. And thank you to 034 for making such wonderful software. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I ran my 10-second pass on it. I'm super happy. Peace.